Social media is a hell of a thing. Sometimes it can be a bad thing, but sometimes it can be used for good. So babe, let's tell them how it was used for good this time.
Well, many of you have been watching. We have been providing coverage of Hurricane Helene and the devastation across western North Carolina. And part of that, we have been showing you the volunteers that have been stepping up to help, the community that has been coming together, as well as the donations from many of you to help us on our efforts. Well, social media and your likes and your watches and your follows has helped us to reach a bigger influencer in the world of social media. And his name is Average Joe.
Stay tuned.
So a couple of weeks ago, we showed you all the warehouse that we are going to be partnering with for some of our overstock supplies to hold on to until these centers up the mountain kind of free up some space and some storage. You all did not formally meet Kristen Watson, and she is here to tell us about what this is now all about.
So I stumbled upon a warehouse so graciously given to use by Jenny Irwin Bennett. I started working at small relief donation centers the first week, and they all had to go back to business, and they were passionate about keeping the stuff, but they didn't have the space. So I work in distribution, so I understand a replenishment center and a distribution center. So some of the small towns like Billowdene that you've been to don't have a lot of space. So our intent is to keep this space, and as consumables get consumed, we'll send it up the mountain, and we can keep replenishing as they need. And then our focus has kind of changed. So we did a donation sale to raise money to get things like fence posts, T-poles, building material to help rebuild the folks that have lost everything.
Perfect. And
it is the Mountain Aid Project. That is just official today, by the way. So check it out.
Officially has a name.
Yep.
Instead of the warehouse.
The warehouse.
So,
That's right.
Kristen, to segue that in, what's one of the biggest problems about this location?
We don't have water or power. So we've done the best we can by recharging DeWalt batteries and using shop lights, take them home, and we kind of switch them out, and working with Noble Adventures who helped us with that. And it works. And I'm ready for sunset.
So what she didn't mention about the building is, unfortunately, because it was left abandoned for a while, we'll just say thieves stripped all the wiring from the building. So it's not as simple as just hooking up power. So that's gonna bring in our special guest that we mentioned. I'm just gonna pan around to Average Joe.
So I'm Average Joe. I'm gonna hopefully supply some power.
Nice. Thank
You were actually supposed to say, I'm Average Joe and I'm gonna save the day.
I'm gonna save the day.
All right.
We just pulled up. I have no idea where to park.
And tell us, Average Joe, tell us about
He
who
ain't
you
parked
are.
yet. He's gotta park.
We'll
That's
get
okay. They're out there. All right. So my name is Average Joe. I have a YouTube channel, and I deal with basically solar, batteries, portable power stations, off-grid, on-grid solutions. And we have a pretty big place to deal with here. I don't think we can cover it all, but we do have a pretty decent size off-grid system that we're gonna set up in here.
All right, sounds
Pretty
like
much.
a plan.
And I've never met these two before.
Hey, this was literally our first
I
time
literally
meeting.
just walked in. So.
Hi, Joe. I'm
Hi,
Jeremy.
Joe.
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
Nice to
And
meet
you
you.
are
I'm Kristen.
Kristen.
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
All right, so they're getting unloaded. Right there, you can see Joe's handle. And we're going to see what kind of goodies he's got over there.
Yeah, come on around. What are you talking Not all of this is going here,
Yeah, no, for sure.
but you're getting the big station.
Listen, if we can get a light that I don't have to charge the battery.
I bought you
or-
2 lights
That's
with
awesome.
extension cords too.
That's amazing.
That is awesome,
Amazing.
guys. This thing is so full. So full. We've got folks that came all the way from Montana, Nebraska. Jackery came through like champs.
Yeah, Jackery. We got 20 of those. We got 10 of the Opus, and we got 4
Nice.
EcoFlow, and then 1 Pecron unit.
Amazing, guys. So remember these brands that step up when you need them to, guys. When you're thinking, who should I support?
That's right.
All right, guys. It may be a little bit loud, but I wanted to showcase Alan because Alan, how many miles did you drive to come down here?
I think from my doorstep to here was 614 miles.
614 miles. He is the owner and operator of Madeline Smokehouse. So Alan worked up a shit ton of donations and he's going to be feeding folks
And
down
I
here.
think they told me 300 to 400 will be here tonight. Tomorrow we'll be down at the square for Halloween. Last year they had 1,000 or so, but she said they're expecting probably more because the surrounding places don't have downtowns anymore for kids.
Yeah, for sure. Well, what kind of food are you going to be serving?
Oh, good old North Carolina pulled pork, baked beans, coleslaw, mac and cheese, green beans, turnip greens,
Man.
and smoked chicken.
And all of this is free of charge. I'm going to go
Absolutely.
ahead and post this on social media as well now. So if you're going to be in the area, come out here and let Alan feed you.
Please
This is
do.
going to be some good North Carolina barbecue, folks. So get out here if you're hungry. The place that we're going into is pretty tight, and there's a very, very steep hill that they've already had some trucks lose their brakes going down. So we don't want to take this truck and trailer over there. So we're going to unload some of the power stations and see what we can fit inside the Jeeps. We're gonna drop some of the supplies that we're not using right now into the trailer and just try to fill these things up and head towards RamseyTown.
Bigger ones.
So we're gonna
out of the
take
bunch.
these stronger, more powerful batteries to the hardest hit area. RamseyTown, some of those folks are not gonna have power for up to 6 months. So think about that. Your entire winter, you're gonna be spending with no power. So we're gonna use the biggest battery packs for those folks. And you can see all the solar panels there beside it. Nice.
Beautiful.
Look, it's almost like we were advertising. Thanks, EcoFlow. Your donation is much appreciated. Guys, look at how big these Jackery solar panels are for each of these kits. So these guys should have an easy time getting these things charged up. How do you pronounce this other brand? Opus?
Opus, that's how I pronounce it.
Opus. So they also donated some batteries, and they're also 600 watt stations, it looks like, and we have panels for them as well in here. So pretty awesome, just so awesome. Sometimes I feel like we should have bought a Gladiator, cause yeah.
13, 14, 15. Okay.
Yeah, 15.
So the plan is to take 15 to RamseyTown because RamseyTown is supposed to be without power for at least 6 months.
6 months.
Then we have 6 going to Green Mountain. There's only a few there that are still left without power, so we're going to send 6 to Green Mountain. And then Pensacola, we're going to send the rest, which will give us about 10 or 11, I think, will be remaining to go to Pensacola.
Cool.
And
Nice.
they are still supposed to be without power for quite some time. But
What's
I'm
your
not,
guess? Have you heard?
I haven't heard. This is an area I actually have not visited myself.
Oh, we haven't gone there yet.
No, not
Not at all.
Pensacola.
All
It's
the
a
other
hard hit
areas
area.
I've been to.
All
They
right.
just started letting volunteers come in
Okay.
in the last few days.
Cool.
It was
I've
only
had a lot
National
of-
Guard.
Yeah, I've had a lot of
Oh,
communication
all right.
with the folks there, but they're just now letting us come in. So,
Cool.
so yeah.
All right.
Let's do
Awesome,
it.
guys. Awesome.
excited.
Wish us luck that we don't dump one of these expensive Jackery solar panels down the curvy mountain highway. Guys, RamseyTown is one of the hardest hit areas that we have seen. You can see how this river just completely changed the landscape here. There's a road that goes all the way around, and it's just fallen off. So let me take you around here, and you can see that's the road that they're driving on, and it's just completely gone. It's crazy. So if you look at this bridge structure, you're gonna see how wide the creek originally was. So if you look over there, that is the other end of the bridge, right there. So that's how wide it was. So it took all of this earth away. Just tell us who you are and what you do.
Sure thing. Hey, Mike Bean with World Central Kitchen here. We're out in RamseyTown. We're delivering a couple hundred meals a day, working with folks like Russ and Ray that distribute those meals out to Bent Creek, Big Creek, setting up big meal distributions into small areas. And we're looking at new ways to keep that long-term feeding going into the winter, because once the winter hits, it'll be a lot tougher. Meeting with excellent folks like y'all on the YouTube channel here to get more supplies gathered and distributed into the community.
So what are some of your needs right now at World Central Kitchen? How can people help you if they wanted to? Because this is great to give people hot meals.
Yeah, we want to keep doing it because it allows the folks that are doing the hard work, the road work, the mucking, the house rebuilding, all that, to not focus on food. We can focus on food. We do a lot of large scale feeding out of Asheville. At our peak, we were doing about 35,000 meals a day.
Wow.
We've done over 1 million meals distributed into Western North Carolina and Tennessee, the Helene affected area. If you go to WCK.org, you can volunteer to be a driver, which is certainly something that we're going to need through the winter. We need folks with SUVs, trucks, off-road vehicles, really helping with last mile delivery especially. Or you can go to WCK.org and donate, because
Perfect.
the funding allows us to get those supplies, continue those meals, rent those blast chillers, buy those deep freezes, so we're keeping people supplied through the entire winter. Today it's beef chili and cornbread and utensils and serving spoons. So
Nice.
we get these into the community. This is going over to Bent Creek, where there was a bridge that was completely dusted, smashed to pieces. Every day, these meals feed the community and the volunteers that are getting themselves back on track over at Big Creek Baptist Church.
So guys, don't tell me that you don't know how to donate or you don't know how to volunteer, because this is a perfect opportunity. If you can't do the physical labor, you can be a driver now. You can deliver these hot meals for World Central Kitchen, and you can also donate if you want to help them feed people. I'll put the link to their website in the description below, so please check them out. Hey, thanks so much for your time.
Appreciate you.
Just heard some concerning news. So, originally we weren't very happy with the federal government's response up here for these mountain folk. And what's some of the information that we've heard today?
So just yesterday, I talked to the Master Sergeant in the National Guard. He told me that the federal emergency planning is leaving in the next couple of days. The National Guard is slated to leave November 19th unless they get an extension on their deployment. So everything is going to be left to the state and the county. And we have been told to begin to stock up on supplies, stock up on fuel, stock up on all supplies, because things are about to get hairy down here. And that is a direct quote from a Master Sergeant in the National Guard.
So once again, guys, these mountain people are going to be left by themselves. But you know what? That's the difference between us and city folk. We can take care of ourselves. We'll support our communities. We'll support each other. But just remember this when you're voting and you're paying your taxes. So like most of the distribution centers that we've been at, these guys have just about everything you would need. And it's full of wonderful ladies keeping it all together and organized and going. So again, if you're in this area, these guys have anything you would need.
It's probably a rock crawler's delight right here. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of an impasse.
Mind if I get out and walk just
I
a
don't
quick?
think you'll help yourself.
Now, is this on the Egypt side? Is this closer to Egypt?
This Egypt RamseyTown this way. This way here is back towards, I guess it's Little Creek, Piney Hill, Little Creek Community, B-Log. That's all south, but
The other-
really east.
Yeah.
as the road's called.
So the reason we're having to use that logging road, they actually came in and cleaned up that road up the mountain. And the reason that we're having to use that is because this is 19E now. 19W. This is on at the end of Ramseytown, Egypt. It goes into Little Creek and B-Log. So this is why this is as far as you can go. Y'all, that water. Now, do you have any idea where the water line was here?
The water line was almost the top of this cliff seat. Anywhere, I mean, you can look over there. Look at that tree over there and see how high that root ball is in that
See how high that is?
Level line that over here, and somewhere up above that there's 3 white spots right through there somewhere. Anywhere this river necked down and got narrow like this, it destroyed.
It destroyed it.
There was so much water.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
So you can see
Look
it
at
just
the corner of that barn. It was up in the corner of that barn right there. That the water over there. That's
all the way up there.
That's 40 feet higher than normal. Even though the flood was like 24 feet, you know, that's measured from wherever their gauge is. But,
Yeah.
But wherever the terrain next down, you have these little mini gorges everywhere. You know, it took everything.
Just took it all.
Yeah, it took it all.
So there you go. This
Look at that bridge still laying there, warped and contorted over there on the ground. That was a bridge.
So we're gonna walk up here. As he said, it's an off-roader's paradise. But I don't think I'm brave enough to go down into that. But look, I mean, the road just ends, guys. The road just is gone. Not just a little gone, like completely just gone. Just gone. And it's the power of water is just tremendous.
That was a friend of mine, Danny's house, right there where that tractor was.
His house was there?
His house was there. His house, and his garage was right there where that concrete wall was, right there. You can see past there.
Yeah.
This is his barn, right here. You know, and his land. His land. See, the river is not where it used to be either.
Right.
The river is, as the camera's looking at it, it's probably 20 to 30 feet to the right further. His land came almost to the river's edge there at one point in time, a portion of it, a little bit above there.
And it was up higher.
Yeah, it was up higher. Yeah,
Right.
It took, you know, he told me, I think he said 5.6 or 6.6 acres. Now he has, you know, an acre and a half.
God.
Yeah, so the landscape, I mean, he can't build back there.
No.
He can't get a septic permit for there. You know,
So
he
now
can't-
it's just hillside land that you can't do anything
you
with.
can do nothing with that. Yeah.
So it's not just, hey, my home is gone,
Yeah.
but now I no longer have a place to put a home.
And I got a mortgage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. And FEMA,
Wow.
FEMA gave them, I don't know, I don't want to put their business in the street like that, but, you know, what FEMA gave them, you know, is basically, they gave them a little bit of money for the bridge, a little bit of money for the outbuilding, a little bit of money for the barn, a little bit of money for the house. You know, it wouldn't pay the mortgage off.
Right.
The amount they were given.
And it's not going to give enough to rebuild.
Yeah, they can't rebuild with it. They got nowhere to rebuild.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's like, but I think they had some supplementary insurance also. I think they're going to be okay in the end.
Right.
But had they not had a supplementary insurance policy, you know.
But that's not everybody in the community.
No, that's probably 5% or less of people in this community.
Yeah.
You know, because flood insurance is expensive, and a lot of these houses here have been passed down. You know, my
Generation.
dad, you know, had this property, and you know now 3 generations later are still living on this property. They can't afford $5,000 extra a year for a flood insurance policy. They can't. You know, they just
Well,
can't
and you
do it.
never expect it to flood. Come
Not
on.
like this.
No.
Not like this.
No.
This is 1907. This beat 1917 flood by, they said 3 feet or 4 feet in elevation, I think it was, and that was the largest flood ever recorded. You know, on record.
Right.
So you know, or maybe it was 1916. I'm not sure. You know,
1916. Yep.
16, yeah. So it's
Oh, that's just
pretty crazy.
tremendous. Absolutely tremendous.
We told you that there was a super steep hill, a very deep grade. A gentleman a couple weeks ago had a gooseneck, dually, and a trailer with 50 generators on it, and he couldn't stop. His brakes went out, so he went off this into the water, and you can actually see part of his tire right there. So really think about what you're going to bring down to this area, because it is not in good shape, and that is a very, very, very steep hill that you have to come down.
All right, so here we go. Where are we going?
So this is just a portion of Ramsey Creek, or RamseyTown, that is just in really bad shape. The only things they take here are side-by-sides. So Kim scouted the route in a side-by-side to see if she thought our Jeeps could make this, and she feels confident. So right now we're gonna head down the route. Side-by-side is leading us, and we're gonna try to give out some of these solar panels.
We're going into RamseyTown, Egypt, and then we're not going to get as far as Little Creek because that's where the road ends. over there to the right where that sidewalk is, that was a lady, an elderly lady. They said when they found her, she was just laid out on that concrete, passed out. House, everything gone.
Video does not do justice for this trip.
Wow. Hope that propane tank didn't bust a window.
No, they don't want that either. Yeah, you're okay so far? Come straight. You're good.
That's why I love that woman. She's such a fucking badass. She really is. She plans all this shit. She's spearheading every bit of it. She has no fear. This is the forest road that they cleared out to get us to this area of people. Get over here. You got plenty of room.
I mean, how it just took out this whole road.
This is nuts. This is crazy. I mean, it was way up there.
Yeah. All the way up. I think he told me that it rose 28 feet.
Like above where we are right now.
Yeah,
Wow.
28 feet. Well, I mean, it's all the way up there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
From way the hell down there.
Yeah, from way down there. And that's much wider. I bet it was a nice
Yep.
flowing stream, you know.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
Looters, what does that say?
Looters will be shot.
You see the bridge says looters will be shot?
Yes, sir.
As it should be.
Mm-hmm.
I've made my backseat passenger camera now.
Washed out of the ground. The cemetery right here.
Did they
this?
really?
Yeah, it went down to the
Oh,
river,
yeah,
and
it
all
is.
the family's been looking for him. So sad.
That is so terrible. Okay.
to people out here, you know that it's people that definitely need it. Like you see, they're drying their clothes with the sun in their yard. So these are definitely folks that are going to be able to utilize these systems, especially if any of them use CPAPs and things like that, because a lot of them aren't using CPAPs because they don't want to run a generator all night. Well, these batteries are going to take care of that for them.
Yep, this road's just all the way gone. Oh yeah. You can come this way. Big bump.
Wow,
Look
it's
at
just
that.
gone. The road is just gone. So they've had to make this trail. Wow.
Oh, there's a way. I did get it.
No, that's okay. I got you. So guys, this is Bill's property. You saw the road on the way in. This water was up to this line in the creek. And if you look over there at this tree, you'll see a water line right behind it in brown. And so look at how high this creek came up. And he said there was a house there that's just completely gone. This was Bill's driveway down here. So now this road that you just saw the Jeeps come on is the only road he has to get into his house, because look, I'm gonna zoom in. So there's the road. It should be there. This should be road. This should be highway, guys. All of that. I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but I've literally never seen anything like this. It just doesn't seem real. And the fact that his home still made it is absolutely a marvel. What must it have been like to live through this and see the water right there and have your home right here? I can't even imagine. They said their neighbors, they called them and said, get over here to our house. It's not safe over there. So they found a way to come around, and were only here 30 minutes when their entire home floated away. It's so heartbreaking. All right, so what we're gonna do is Joe is meeting with the homeowner Bill here, and we're gonna just open these guys up, unbox them, and basically show him how to get these hooked up so that he'll know how to work it, and even talk about some of the things he'll be able to power with it, and maybe for how long.
These are the Jackery Explorer 550s.
Perfect.
So perfect for charging phones, tablets, powering smaller items.
What about CPAPs?
CPAP machines, yeah, anything that's emergency essential, stuff like that.
So I did have somebody ask about fans, how
Yes.
long it would run a fan, or if it would.
A fan, oh geez, a long time.
Nice.
Fans
Perfect.
are really easy to power.
Because that way they don't have to run the generator at night. So this is going to be nice.
Right.
Nice.
And again, if there's no sun or anything like that, and you do have a generator, you can plug it into one of these and charge it back up real quick, and then you can, you know, save on your fuel and
Perfect.
that kind of stuff. You're gonna get a little tiny bag for all of your accessories. You can recharge it from your vehicle if you need to.
Yeah.
If you want to recharge it from a generator, you can plug this in. You can plug it in that way. I'm just gonna plug both of those in there.
Did you say these are already pre-charged? You've charged them up for
I
them?
charged every single one.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a little tiny manual. It doesn't tell you much.
No.
They never do.
They never do. But I'll put it in here just in case as well.
I can't read anyway.
Perfect.
All right, is that the unit?
Yep.
Joe, you care if I come in close on the
You can
unit
come
real
in
quick?
All as you want.
Nice.
Okay, so
It's my
you wanna
colors.
Come in too?
No, go ahead.
Okay,
Keep
so
going.
these are super easy, okay? Everything that you're going to charge it with is going to go in this one port here.
Right.
It can't go anywhere else.
That's charge. Yeah. Okay.
Yep, that's to
I
be
see it.
charging.
Yep.
So the little charger
Yep.
that we have in there, it's going to charge there. Your 12 volt for your truck. If you're going to charge it from a cigarette lighter, same port.
Okay.
Even for the solar panel, it's all going to plug in right
Very
there.
good.
Okay.
Okay.
There is a display. It'll tell you how much your battery is right there.
Yeah. Okay.
You
Yeah,
need
I see
glasses?
100% right
Yep,
now.
we're 100%. And if you want to use any one of these ports, you just turn it on, and you'll. It's kind of hard to see, but a little light will
Oh,
turn
I
on.
see. I see the green light.
Yep.
yeah.
So those are on now. If you're not going to use it, turn that
Turn it
off,
off,
and you'll
yeah.
save more power.
No
Same
problem.
thing for these. Whenever you do have something plugged in, it'll tell you how much that device is drawing.
Oh, okay.
So if your fan is pulling 35 watts, it'll tell you 35 watts right here.
Very good.
And it'll also tell you in your percentage right there, you know, of course, how much
What's
time
left.
you have left, etc.
No problem.
You got a little tiny flashlight on the side if you need it. Again, you got your little button right
I was gonna say,
there.
turn it on so we can see.
Yep, you got a little
Nice.
tiny button.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's turn that off, and I think that is basically it.
So you got a bunch of USB ports on there.
So on
Yeah, I
here,
saw them.
yep, you got three USB A ports. You got one 120 port. You got your 12 volt your 12 volt cigarette lighter port, and then these are the 5521 barrel style plugs. So if you have, I don't know, you got internet,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of those.
We don't have internet, but we.
But yeah.
typically-
Okay, well,
Yeah, well,
I don't know, but a lot of those.
I have it through the Starlink.
A lot of those things you can just plug it right into here because
okay.
a lot of those are only 12 volts.
Oh, good.
So
we could-
Oh, I
we could
think
a
have-
that's
Starlink
fine.
could
We'll
probably
plug
run
that
from
in
that too, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can plug your Starlink right into this. So you don't have to have a generator running,
Oh, good.
etc.
You hear that thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he said it would run a box fan.
Yeah, it'll run a box fan. I don't think those pull again 30, 40 watts.
Yeah, like I said, most important thing is just that fan on the wood stove and nice with the internet too. 'cause-
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So you don't have to keep the generator running.
And so with the size solar panel he has, what size is it? And
These
you know,
are 80 watts,
And they,
which I actually have not
they
opened
plug
these
into
up
that
yet.
to that same plug, huh?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I actually haven't opened these up yet, so I don't even know what they look like.
Well, that's nice. Even if you don't have a long wire, you can carry that outside easily to truck.
Yeah, it's
Right.
Not heavy at all.
Yeah.
it was honestly awesome of Jackery to donate these
Yeah, these were all donated.
by the companies. So individuals
like I say,
didn't.
if it wasn't for you guys, you know, we haven't seen FEMA, we haven't seen the government, we've seen nobody.
How many weeks has it been for? 4.5.
weeks.
Yeah,
4.5
this
weeks,
is
yeah.
our this Friday will be 5 weeks. No,
Yeah.
5 weeks.
And you haven't seen any response up
Nobody.
here?
Like
You know-
heard a single peep.
Nobody here. No, if we didn't have the radio on the truck, we wouldn't even know what's going on.
We were able
Go out
to
and listen
wave
that
at some
night
Chinooks that
before I
went
got
by
the
and
generator.
blackouts and stuff.
So and that's what we're hearing. We've been doing this for 4 weeks now, every week. Kim has been up multiple days a week in different areas from Green Mountain, Burnsville, Mitchell County, Avery County, and they're all telling us the same. But yet when we put these videos out, we'll have people in the comments saying, "Oh, that's not true. They're there."
Well, it is true.
Yeah.
Ask them how many people died.
Yeah.
I want to know. Nobody knows, right?
Oh,
Well, they
one
had
of the
1,000 body
4
bags
times
in
as many as
Swanano,
they
and
say,
they
maybe
needed more.
One of the recovery
Right.
people,
Right.
I worked on a recovery
I mean,
team.
what are they filling them with?
2
Dirt?
different
Right.
occasions with
I
some
hear every
equipment
time
I
a
have.
Chinook leaves, there's 20 bodies
And
on
he
it.
It
said
just
that
killed
this
them.
will easily
Okay, so
surpass Katrina.
So these
Oh, for sure.
When it's done.
For sure, because there's still, what, 2,000 missing?
Yeah,
so
something
these,
like that.
These
Yeah.
solar
And
panels
then,
are
you know,
called
probably 1% of those will be
bifacial,
So
okay?
that is a cool solar setup. So what's different about it? I've never seen one like
so
that.
this is a bifacial solar panel. Bifacial means there's basically two sides that you can charge from. So if you have the sun directly hitting right here, you can have a reflective surface like they already have supplied with
Wow.
you. It'll
Shine both
reflect
sides.
the light on the backside, which will actually create more power, and you can charge much quicker.
That's awesome.
Now, you can draw from this and charge from this at the same time?
That you can, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So he could be running stuff and it's just charging and replenishing the whole time. That's awesome.
That's exactly what
Where's
it's
that
for.
plug in there?
So let me see if they got anything in this week. I'm not sure. Yeah, we do.
Oh, more cable.
So you got.
That's a neat form factor too. I mean, honestly, I know this isn't for a product review, but it's a cool system.
It's
I like
fantastic.
it a lot.
This is pretty rigid. You don't have to be too ginger with it, but
The colors are good too, so you don't trip over them.
Right.
Yeah.
so depending on how this is how
Right,
you're
I see
sitting
it.
it, you just got a little adapter, and that's
Yeah,
going to
so
plug
go
in
either way, yep.
that same port that I was just talking about. And this
Oh,
only
that's
goes
plugged
in,
yeah.
only goes in one way, and that's it.
So
you just
boom.
plug it right in.
Wow.
Which we could do real quick.
Easy peasy. And just see what kind of sun it's taking in right now.
Female in case you want to start something
That
else.
all that was just to store it,
Oh, okay.
just to
I
keep
see.
it up and out of the way.
Good. Keep dirt from getting in
Yep.
there.
Yep.
So we can just plug that right into there. I mean, these are already full charge, so it's
Yeah,
probably
I
not
saw
going to do anything at all. But
Well,
you can
lit
see
up
the
though,
screen
and you
lit
can
up.
see that does it, yep.
LED lights up. We're already getting power
It has the water.
if we needed to.
Nice. That is an awesome system.
So this also, of course, if you don't want to carry all this extra crap with you, you don't have to. You can just set this basically wherever you want.
It's a nice kickstand ready
Yeah,
to
a
go.
little kickstand, all that kind of stuff.
I like it.
Amazing.
Now, is this waterproof or waterproof?
The IP rating on those,
I'm just wondering if it rains or something, you're not
I believe,
outside.
I'm pretty sure you can leave this out in the rain. Obviously, that
Not
you don't want
that.
out in the rain.
No, of course
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah. Yep.
No, but I can bring it in, but I mean, if it starts raining, I'm not out there. it's
Yep.
not gonna get
Yep,
hurt.
you're okay. Yep,
I think it's
you're
probably
okay.
going to be fine.
Great.
Yeah, I don't think there's any
All right.
like instructions.
So, Bill, I know that's small in the grand scheme of things, but I hope that
No,
helps you in some way get back
This
to.
is perfect for
something.
us for at night, so we don't have to run anything that's loud, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
That's exactly what it'll help reduce your fuel costs, all that.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, that's another thing, the fuel is, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. You have to put it on video. How much room I got?
You're good. As long as you're right on your edge over there, you'll be fine. About 2 feet to the drop off. You're okay.
So fucking crazy. It is a surreal feeling to drive on this, and over here I got a big hole, so I'm gonna have to dodge it. So keep me posted.
So you're good. Okay.
So these folks are basically having to burn what they're pulling out of their home.
Because there's nowhere else to take it,
Yeah,
so they're
just burning it.
burning their livelihood away.
Yeah. That would be the hardest thing in the world. Because if you look at their ages, they've built this stuff throughout their whole life. Spent their whole life building what they have.
Oh, yeah.
And the
We got 4 heaters and 4 sets of hoses for them too.
All right. You got your heated and decalculator ready? That's how much fuel we got.
Hey guys, because of your donations, we're able to drop off heaters. We're dropping off propane. We're dropping off jackeries. This feels amazing, and we couldn't do it without you guys. So we're gonna leave these heaters that you guys donated in RamseyTown. So it's gonna get some good use out here.
Oh, I'm real good.
Since this has started, we've been super pissed off at tons of the local people that we thought would get up and come out and do work for the people in their own backyard. And then we get out here and we see folks like these guys from Discover 4x4 Adventure. Where are you guys out of?
He's out of Missouri. I'm from Indiana, Indianapolis, Indiana.
And how long you guys been down here?
It's our third day down here.
Third day. And what are you guys working on?
We're building some shelves for the church here to stock supplies on.
And I saw before that you were mucking out a house over there.
Yeah.
So these guys came all the way that far to do the hard work. And that's what they need down here. Everybody wants to give donations and bring stuff. And that's great. That's wonderful. But they don't need that right now. Right now, what they need is manpower, and they need people to help them rebuild. And so we appreciate you guys for doing that. So check them out. Can they find you on Facebook?
Oh, yes. Just look up Discover 4x4 Adventures.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, guys. We're back over here with Mike. You may have remembered from the last video that we were mucking out this house. And so he's got it pulled, and you can see how wet it still is. So
I had some other people come just in today.
So yeah.
Today they were still working on a little bit.
So it looks like he's pretty
So do you plan on pulling it?
pretty ripped out. Yeah, so these floors still got to come up. They still have to come up. You can, it's just heartbreaking. So what we're gonna do is we brought Mike some fans to help dry him out. We brought him some sprayers so that he can spray down for mold, spray all his wood, and some drop cords for the fans. And then Average Joe brought him an EcoFlow power station. So we're gonna show him how to hook that up. I just wanted to show you how overwhelming this would be if you had to clean this up. And if you look at the Google images of this home, it was absolutely beautiful. And it's just heartbreaking. And so again, the water line is right here. That's how high this water got in this house. For those of you that didn't watch our latest video, this is Mike. Mike's home flooded over his head. The water was actually on the wall up there. You can see the water line above his head there. So what we're dropping off for him is the EcoFlow.
This one is the EcoFlow River 2 Max, and this one is also, I think it's 500 watt hours too. Yeah, this one's 500 watt hours. It has a 1,000 watt inverter on it, so we should.
Oh, nice. So it's a big boy.
Actually, this one has more outlets than the other ones we have.
Oh,
so you can plug in more stuff.
More stuff,
More
which is
stuff.
what we'll need.
Right. But the more stuff you plug into it, the
Right.
faster it's going to drain.
Yeah.
But fans and stuff like that, I don't think it's going to pull too much. We can plug it in and see what happens. But basically, we would like to lessen your load on your generator.
Right.
Yep.
That won't run all the time because at night, you know, and this is where this is
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Right, because this is quiet.
Yeah.
And then of course solar panels, if there's no light, you're not getting a charge, you can plug this right in there to recharge this. And kind of go back and forth, whatever you want.
Yeah, so you can use that for nighttime. You can recharge it while that's on, you, and then use it for nighttime.
It does come with a manual if you would like.
I would think.
And then there's going to be a box of the cables and stuff that come with it. So if you have a vehicle, you can charge it that way. Plug it into the generator if you want to plug it in and recharge it that way.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. And I mean, I know you don't have anything else here really to plug in, but if you had like a router, cable modem, stuff like that,
Right.
you can plug it directly in there and you don't have to use the wall outlets.
So if you decided to get Starlink or something like that, the Mini, you could run the Mini with it.
Everything.
Yep, you can do that. And I think here's that cable too if you like it. These, I actually haven't opened these up yet, so I don't even know what they look like. But again, these, you can just set them outside, preferably in the sun.
This will be awesome because this will help me with the RV big.
Yep,
time.
100%.
This is where I'm suffering at.
Yeah.
I ain't got no power, so this will help me power here.
Right, and you can
Keep,
you can keep your communications up and going, your cell phone if you got a computer or walkie talkies.
Yeah, because you don't realize how much you need electricity.
Oh, for sure.
In the morning, I'm the RV and my phone went dead.
Yep.
And my alarm clock didn't go off. And I'm like,
oh man.
Oh, already starting to suffer.
Oh, so those are in a nice little carrying bag.
Yeah, nice carrying case.
Yeah.
Yep. If it gets dirty, just hose it off.
Yeah.
That's part of the stand if you want to use it as a stand.
That's beyond nice.
Everything's plug and play, like I said. So you got, let me see one of those cables in here. Nope, it might be, oh, it's right here. Sorry.
Make it full.
That one could be full. We've recorded a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah.
You don't need that. Don't eat those.
Hey, it'll pull moisture out of the house.
Hey, yeah. Throw it in the corner. Throw it in the corner and let it pull some moisture.
That might help.
Hey, who knows?
That's what you got.
Alright. They give you a pretty long cable.
Oh, yeah.
This right here. There's only one place that can go on there.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Very easy.
These are also plug and play. They only go one direction, okay?
Okay.
And then they're super easy to release, to pull them apart.
Right. So it doesn't matter which is.
You can only go
one way.
Yep.
I got you.
Everything's only one way
One
right
way.
now. Yep. One way. That's all it is. And I'm thinking, since we have two solar panels, I'm actually going to find. We need a Y adapter. I don't have a Y adapter for you to use the second panel, so I'm going to get you one of those.
Okay.
So you can use
Both panels.
both panels at the same time.
Okay. Yeah.
But
And you can ship it to us and we can bring it back up to them.
and maybe we could possibly find one in town. Maybe
Gotcha.
Harbor Freight might even have it.
So are
Good
those
luck
panels
then.
waterproof?
Yeah, these you can leave outside.
So he could put them on top of his RV?
If he has long enough cord, if the cord's long enough to get to that.
Like if you're like boondocking or parking, stuff
He's
like
got an
that.
RV that he's staying in out here.
Oh,
So
I
could he
would
place them
throw
on
them
top
up
of
there.
Okay.
I'd throw them up there.
If the cord's long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And will they just lay flat or do
You
you
can lay them flat, yeah.
You just want to make sure that the panel's pointing towards the sun
Pointing
at the
towards the
start of
sun.
the day. So if the sun is coming from this direction primarily, instead of it going just straight up, then you would want to set it up to face that direction of the sun. So figure out which way and you can set it on top of your
Is
RV.
this
Each of those panels are what?
These are 110.
Holy cow, yeah. So that the last panels we were giving out were 80.
Yeah.
And it was just 180. So you're getting 220 watts of
So it'll charge
of
you
solar.
much faster. And the other thing too, when you go to work, if they'll let you bring it, and you can always take that
Yeah.
to work and charge
I
it up
could.
if you need
I
to.
sure could. Yeah, I never thought about
Just
that.
an option.
So Joe, show us the plugs on that one. What are all the plug
All right,
options
so
for
the
this?
plugs on the front, you're going to get four 120 volt outlets right here. All right, you're going to get 3 USB A's, 1 USB C. You're going to get 2 5521 barrel ports, and then your 12 volt accessory or
Nice.
cigarette lighter port. And then to charge it, that's on the back here. You got your solar, and it gives you some ranges in there just in case you're using your own solar panels.
Gotcha.
and then your regular wall charger.
Nice. And it's got a nice flat top so you can lay stuff on
Generator
it.
charger.
I like that handle configuration.
Yep.
Yeah, it's light. And it's both. Can you do both?
For what?
Solar and generator?
I think
Charger?
so on some of these.
Probably so. It'd probably be faster, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there are a few that you can't do that, like it just won't do that, but a lot of them will.
These higher end ones,
Yeah.
I think will.
Yeah.
I hope so. All right, guys, we are at NC Outdoor Adventures. They have been a phenomenal hub for the people of the community here. So we're going to be dropping off 5 of these Opus Exodus 600 plus power stations with solar panels.
With solar panels.
So this way they can keep one to use for themselves and then hand out to the community who needs it.
And thank you. We really appreciate this.
Hey. Thanks
it's
so much
gonna
for letting
a
us
lot
help.
of people. Yeah,
Whenever you pass them out to the next folks, whoever needs them, everything is plug and play. You don't have to do anything crazy. So, I know you won't have power, but if there's a generator nearby, you can plug them into the wall to charge. Each one, of course, comes with its little manual.
Okay.
And I fully charged each one, so they're all ready to go.
Yeah, I saw it on
So once you hand them out, they're all ready.
They're all ready to go.
All right.
I don't know if you
I was
going
gonna
to
say,
that.
yeah. Let's check that one out.
Okay.
Nice.
So for you, it's gonna be real hard. Okay. There's your power button. Hold it for a couple of seconds.
Okay.
And it's on.
Okay.
All right. Sitting at 100%. You want to use your 120.
Okay.
And hit your power button on. I know it's real hard to see.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Okay. And then if they're not using it, have them turn it off to save power.
Yep.
Same thing for your 12-volt port right here. USB. Just hit the DC button.
Okay.
Turn it on. It'll also give you how much you're drawing.
Okay.
It'll tell you your battery percent state of charge, and whatever you're running, it'll tell you how much time you have left.
Okay.
To go.
All right.
So the more stuff you plug in, of course, the faster it's going to go.
Okay.
Alrighty, and then let me check off.
If you've got folks that are running CPAPs, this will power a CPAP.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Emergency supplies, all that kind of stuff. Fans, radios, cell phones, whatever they got to charge. Of course,
Yeah.
there's your 120 to plug it into the wall.
We got a couple of people on O2. So
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Definitely be helpful.
Okay. And then our charging is going to go through here, which will be the solar panel. Again, let's pull one of these out real quick. Comes with a nice long cable.
Yeah.
You got your MC4 connections there. Let's see. There should be another charging cable around here somewhere.
So judging from the advertisement, I think we've been saying their name wrong. We've been calling them Oopas,
I
but it
say
says
Opus.
no power oops with oops.
Is that what it says over
Yeah,
here?
look.
So whenever
No power oops with oops. So I'm thinking their name is Oops.
it could be. So I say Opus. There's like other channels. I've heard Opies. I've heard Oops. I've heard all sorts of stuff.
Gotcha. All right.
All sorts of stuff. So yeah, you're just gonna obviously set this up wherever you want in the sun, of course. And then your cables. Is that a turkey?
There's a guineas.
Oh.
Yeah, guinea fowl.
Okay.
The best watchdog you can get.
I guarantee it.
Sounds like it.
They eat ticks too.
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah, that's mainly what we got them for, but we got the side benefit of we know when anybody shows up.
Where'd that other end go? I just saw it a second. Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. So there's your solar charging.
Okay.
It just plugs right in. It can only go in one place. So
That's
super
pretty damn
easy
simple.
for every single person.
Yeah.
And those extra plugs are just to be able to daisy chain it to another?
Yes.
Nice.
You can plug in more solar panels.
For faster charging.
Oh, I got you.
Nice and neat. Super,
Nice, simple.
super easy.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, they give you quite a few fuses in there. I've never had to change one, so.
Well, excellent, guys. Thanks so much.
You bet.
All right.
We're gonna get some people hooked up.
Hey, at least,
Let's hope
you
so.
know, some people may just want to charge phones and radios and
Yeah.
laptops with it, but hey, it'll also run a Starlink.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you got a Starlink Mini, it'll run that.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
All right.
And I will mention, you've mentioned oxygen. You need to check the wattage on the oxygen because
Okay.
some of the nurses have looked that up and they said that it takes like 1,000 watts for those.
Okay.
These are not strong enough for those.
Okay,
So you just
okay.
want
So
to
this-
verify what
this
the
will-
oxygenator pull.
To turn it off, you just hold down the power
Yeah.
button. Let's see if it's on here. So it does give you specs right on here.
Okay.
So your AC
Okay.
120. So these are rated for 600 watts
Yeah.
continuous.
Okay.
They'll do peaks up to, where to go, 1,200 watts. So that's
Okay.
real quick.
Yeah.
It won't last very long.
Yeah. Yeah. And how about charging devices and stuff?
yep,
like that?
all of it. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
Because I know we fried some batteries doing one on the generator.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
So that's what these are
so
really
yeah,
going to be
your
good for.
two USB-C or
Laptops,
USB-A
phones.
and USB-C.
Awesome.
Right there.
Awesome.
You know, and some
super
people,
easy.
one thing that's cool is some people were saying, hey, we don't have power and we have to run the generator and it's loud, so at night we cut it off.
Yeah.
Well, now you can run fans,
Yeah.
you can run any of that stuff and it doesn't make any noise.
Heck yeah.
Right. Yeah, we just plugged in a fan at another gentleman's house, and it was what, 40 watts?
Yep, 40 watts.
40 watts, and I think you can run that for almost 12 hours. So if you
Okay.
have a fan running, it'll run
Yeah.
all night.
Yep.
Very nice.
So if you don't have a way to charge it, open your solar panel, plug it in.
Alright.
When we did our test, most of them would charge in like 6 to 7 hours for
Yeah,
something like this.
they can be pretty quick.
Okay.
These ones, I think, actually can charge up to like 400 watts. If I remember right.
Oh, so they can charge really
These
quick.
ones charge pretty quick.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, whenever I was plugging all these in, I was expecting them to be sitting there for a while. I didn't have to.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's fantastic. Here we've got 10 195 watt solar panels.
Holy
and then
cow.
here, buried in the center, 5 kilowatt hour lithium iron phosphate batteries, which are the safest batteries that you can get. And then a 6,000 watt inverter. And then we're going to try to make it on a little mobile cart so we don't break any laws. or
Any
anything
kind of
like that.
rules and regulations
Yeah.
about mounting to a
Structure.
structure.
Yes, that is the goal. Try to figure out how to get it in here.
I'm gonna time lapse this so it looks really fast and easy. Nobody's gonna see you struggle, guys. So one of the reasons this is gonna be so helpful is right now, public is not allowed in this building because it's dark. So once we get some lights in there, the hope is that the public will be able to come in and shop for their donations just like they would at a store. Now, as you can see, during the sun, you get plenty of light through the window to see what's going on. But once you get back here to the back of the building, it's a lot harder. And once it gets dark, you can't see it all.
I'm so excited y'all to have lights, like with the sun going down so early and
Yeah, I
coming
can-
up so late.
I can imagine.
Yeah, we make it work. We're pretty positive people.
So what EcoFlow model is that?
This is their newest Delta Pro 3. I
Nice.
forget because there's a lot.
And so all this is EG4?
This is all EG4 Signature Solar. They're based out of Texas. All this stuff those are UL listed, so those can be legally connected to the grid. You know, if you have a system that's capable of connecting to the grid.
Guys, I'm not smart enough to understand what this is,
these are
but it's pretty.
It is pretty.
So you're gonna lay it out like that with the breaker up
Yeah,
top,
something
4
like
outlets.
that. Yeah, we'll do 4 different outlets or 8 different outlets, and then people or whoever can plug in whatever they need to.
And then it's gonna be mounted.
Yeah, we're probably gonna mount this board on the back here, and
Just
then
roll it up against the wall.
Yep, we'll roll this side up against the wall so nobody else messes with that side. They only need to mess with this side.
Yep. So Joe, where did you learn how to do all this?
YouTube.
I'll be damned. See, the internet is good for something, folks.
Okay, so we are up on the roof on the warehouse. Basically, we're not allowed to bolt anything down to the roof here, you know, nothing down to the structure. I did bring some solar panel racks, which we can't actually mount, so we went to Lowe's, bought a whole bunch of 2x4s so we can make a makeshift FEMA.gov/temporary solar panel rack. And we got our solar panels right here. These are eco-worthy 195 watt panels from Signature Solar. They provided us with the solar panel wires, basically provided us everything, including the racks that we can't use at the moment. But that's what we're doing now. We're just building a temporary rack, and we're gonna be facing it south this direction right here. So we got our temporary solar panel rack assembled, and we have all 10 panels mounted to the temporary rack. And this is gonna be a 10S array. Like I said, everything is mounted on 2x4s right here. Now we can't physically attach this to the roof, so on our little tiny frame back here, we have some that are extended right here. We're gonna put some 50-pound sandbags over here, basically around all corners, and then some in the middle to hold this down to the roof. Again, since we can't actually mount to the roof. I have everything wired up except for the very end panels. So this one's gonna be our main positive, and the one down here is gonna be the main negative. Those are disconnected at the moment until we get down to the inverter, which we're going to install next.
And some outlets, some breakers, and we strung up a bunch of makeshift lights. There's one there, down there, there's one over there, and then there's 5 littler ones going down that way, so that they have light at nighttime.
So we are at Harbor Freight at closing time, and they're being nice and letting us get the supplies we need for the folks. We just gotta hurry. We gotta be fast. So we've gotta buy everything that you need to demo a house. So pry bars, claw hammers, Phillips, flats, socket sets even. I did hear socket sets. How quick can we be?
What we can do is we can go ahead and start reading all up.
Okay.
That way
You'll know where you're at. These ladies rock. It is 8:08. They close at 8. So we've got 10 kits that we've got here. So pliers, sockets, hammers, we've got saws, we've got rulers. We're gonna put all these kits in the buckets. So guys, this bucket of tools, or this buggy of tools, is only possible because of your donations. So if you don't give to us, give to somebody that's helping, because it gets to the people. The folks at Harbor Freight were awesome. They stayed open and let us get everything that we needed. So that was great, because I know they hated seeing us come in right at 8 o'clock. So now we're gonna be packing up these toolboxes. So each one of the buckets gets one of each. There are, all right, what all we got? We got hammers.
We got hammers, saws,
pry bars.
Yeah, I forgot about those.
Wrenches, pliers, screwdriver set.
Yep, screwdriver set, tape measure.
Because what we found out, guys, from our visit is that a lot of people lost their tools in the flood. And so as demolition needs to get started for their house, you know, these should be very, very helpful. This is what good people looks like, folks. And guess what? It's not hard to be good people. Every one of you can be good people. You just got to show up.
I feel like I'm really rushing this.
I feel like it's like one of those guys' grocery games.
Right.
And that's what we were doing. We were trying to spend $1,000 in 5 minutes.
Yeah. And we pretty much got real close.
Yeah, and those are real cool. Those socket sets come in their own little individual bags. And what's great about Harbor Freight is we didn't spend all of the donations yet, because they were priced so affordably.
That's right.
Good morning, guys. All right, so you've seen us deliver a ton of the power stations. You saw Average Joe and the guys getting the solar panels up at the warehouse. Now it is Saturday morning, and as you can see, we still have tons, well, I think 10 sets of the portable power stations and solar panels. So we're gonna be going into an area that we haven't been before. What's this area called, babe?
This is Pensacola, North Carolina.
Pensacola.
Who knew there was a Pensacola?
I really didn't before this. So we're gonna head there. We're gonna be dropping off these power stations and solar panels, and we'll see what it looks like when we get there. Yeah, even these tiny creeks just wreak so much havoc on these communities. This is Boland's Creek, and I guarantee there was a road here at one point, and now it's just dirt. And I would say that creek is was nowhere near that size. See everything that got jerked out of the water, out of the ground. Just uprooted. Look how wide. And again, this section of road was just completely gone. So almost this entire road was just washed out. Like every 100 feet or so was just gone. And you can see this bridge is twisted and fallen. So I don't think they're using that at the moment. So this little creek did all of that. We're heading to Camp Miller. It's a distribution center that's been set up here in Pensacola. And I mean, you can see it washed out the underneath of that barn up there. So imagine being in this neighborhood and all of your routes out completely destroyed. I can't imagine the wonder of when you were gonna see humans again. And it looks like these houses were all filled with water. They've got all of their internal structure torn out. Terrible. There are just constant sections where these roads are just gone. So we are guessing that this is Camp Miller over here. There are lots of tents, lots of RVs. So there's a lot of people staying here. So again, if you're in Pensacola and you're looking for supplies, this is probably the place you're gonna wanna go. You can see it in the fence, guys. Camp Miller, what these folks have done here is nothing short of amazing. You can see their hours. They have laundry, shower, hot meals, and supplies from 9 to 6. They're feeding people, they're sending people out to cut trees. We've got people living here, and we've got tons of supplies. There are tons of supplies here if you're in need. This place is amazing what they have put together out here. So if you look, I mean, just tons of propane, a lot of different varieties of heaters. From propane to kerosene, you name it, they've got it.
Hi guys, my name's Jeff Gallimore. I'm the social media director here at Camp Miller.
So Jeff, tell us a little bit about what Camp Miller is doing, what area you guys are servicing, and why you're here.
Okay. At the time, from what I understand, it was one tent, and just maybe a pallet of supplies. And then next thing you know, they started moving tents in, and now we've got showers and, you know, washing machines and dryers for all the community.
Are you guys feeding people, donating supplies?
Yes.
How is Camp Miller helping the community of Pensacola?
Yeah, we're serving about 462 homes in this community, but that's about 1,500 residents. So with everything that we're doing, we feed anywhere from, I mean, I've heard upwards of 600 meals being brought in by various groups from all over.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And what is it that you guys, is there anything, you know, a lot of donation centers are overwhelmed right now with donations. So is there anything in particular or any specific needs that Camp Miller has right now?
But right now we really need the skilled people, because right now is when the danger is.
Right.
What kind of skills?
Anything from, I mean, I just heard from an auto mechanic earlier that says, hey, if you guys got people that's breaking down, he can do anything from heavy equipment down to a four-wheeler or generators. Up into, you know, framers, contractors, someone that can survey and build bridges, engineers,
Tree crews?
Yes, we're actually turning away donations at this point.
So at the end of the day, the message that we're going to drive home for Camp Miller is you guys need boots on the ground that are here to do the hard work, not just dropping off stuff. But if you've got folks that want to do tree work, they want to clean up yards, they want to move stuff around, heavy equipment, guys, that's what you need.
That's
What we're bringing the Opus power stations. We have a Petcron power station. We have some Jackery power stations. And then I also have a couple of EcoFlow power stations.
Oh, the EcoFlows.
And so they all, you know, work very similar to one another. Some of them have various different outputs.
Nice.
They all will have solar panels that go with each one. So yeah. So
we're just going to start unloading them, and we'll go through each one because they are a little bit different.
So Jeff, you've been at Camp Miller for this many weeks. What's the government response been here?
Personally, what I've seen is we had, I think there was either 2 or 3 FEMA reps that came in. I think they were here for 2 days, and I'm not even sure how many people they've interviewed.
You've actually seen.
Yeah, because what I see when I'm with the residents and we're talking about it, they said, well, they changed they pulled out of here, they changed the hub over to
Fred's.
Yeah, Burnsville.
Yeah.
Which, if you've seen what you guys saw just this morning, people still don't have access out of their driveways or their roads.
And that's the funny thing about this whole, that's great, you know, that FEMA is so supposedly on site, but I think what they're not grasping that is so much different than events like this in other areas is that people don't have power, they don't have internet, so they can't get online and make these applications. They don't have roads, they don't have cars any longer. So not only do they not have a way to get out of their home, but they don't have a way to drive to these places. And so it's quite remarkable that they think that they can treat this like any other natural disaster, because they can't. This is.
And you and I made that.
We identified that immediately.
We figured that out immediately.
In an hour.
Real quickly.
It's like, okay, what do you need? Okay, here's what we're doing.
I mean, even us, you know, all of us as volunteers, you know, we're like, okay, we're going to take our vehicles door to door to make sure these people are taken care of. So why would
we had guys on donkeys up here, going door to door. They had their mules up here going door to door
because they recognize that this is not a normal situation.
They can get places where the four-wheelers and the side-by-sides can't get. So I mean,
there are ways. If they wanted to reach these people, they could.
They're more interested in sitting in their office.
I've been through a couple of visits by FEMA to home residents here in Pensacola, and I was surprised because, not to take away from, and he knows this, but not to take away from his damage, but his damage wasn't as bad as the one that was up on top of the hill. They got back to him within 24 hours with an email, and they approved his. But yet the woman that lost her entire house that's sitting up on the hill, on the ridge, they denied her altogether. Got another family right up the road that the mudslide came straight off the mountain, straight down. It didn't do this. It went straight down, hit the back of their house. And when it hit the back of their house, it blew out the bottom foundation blew it out, filled their crawl space, and filled their 2-car garage. You know, it went from crawl space to 2-car garage. It filled the entire thing, basement, with debris. I mean, it's this high.
Yeah.
And National Guard was here for 2 days, and I think the 101st was here for like a couple of weeks. And they actually sent a team over there to dig them out. And they barely, and I'm not taking away from them, they just barely dug enough out for a small car. The rest of that basement's probably 1,200 square feet.
Yeah.
Do you know if they got approved?
They got denied.
Do you have
Hang on,
any
hang on.
explanation as to
Yes.
why this is happening?
Yes.
Okay.
Not significant damage.
How is that? Is that because they're not physically seeing it?
The FEMA rep was there, saw it, assessed it, not significant damage. That's the only way that they know.
That is crazy. It's just sickening.
How they can flag it as not significant damage doesn't make sense to me.
So I'm gonna tell you what we are doing, the three of us right here, is crucial. We are here, it's like we're the linemen protecting the quarterback. This is what we've got to do. We've got to tell our story. Not our story, the community story. By doing that, especially when the FEMA representatives are here, we're noticing a better turn for the resident.
Gotcha.
Because people are paying attention to what they're doing now.
Well, we're there and we're holding them accountable by, oh, are you filming? Hey, oh, yeah, you can't film us.
Yes,
Well,
yes, we can. You're in a public place and you have no right to privacy.
So
nice.
we've got to do what we're
good.
doing.
Well, I don't think we're going to stop, do you?
No, not at all.
All right.
We're doubling down.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all.
The landslides are just crazy. And I've got to say, landslides are something that I never worried about before until now. Now I'm always going to think about it. Here's where I showed you that landslide earlier that came down the holler. So you'll be able to get a different view of it coming back this time. And you can see with just the sheer amount of trees, there's really no option but to just burn it all. It's crazy. It's terrible. That is a wrap. I'll be honest, it was some of the worst that we've seen. But before we close out, I wanted to give a big shout out to Average Joe and these guys for coming all the way down from Nebraska. So Joe,
Montana,
and Montana, and Montana.
Yep.
So what did you think once you got there? What did you think of the experience?
So watching it on videos and seeing it in real person is completely different. I was just blown away that water can do that much destruction. I mean, there's literally like steel bridges, the big I-beams that you think are indestructible. They're just folded in half. The concrete pillars, they're gone. All the roads are gone. You can't get anywhere still. And what is it, 30 days?
Yeah, 4 weeks.
5 weeks. 5 weeks after, and it's just ridiculous. I'm blown away.
So what message would you have for other people out there like yourself?
Right.
That just saw this.
So what I would say to anybody, of course, is make sure you should definitely come down and help out, because all the folks down here, they're going to need help for a really, really long time. And if you need somebody to get in contact with, definitely get in contact with these two. That's what I did, literally. I was just watching videos, and these guys look like they were just doing awesome work, you know, going out in remote areas and delivering stuff to people, and I just thought that was absolutely fantastic.
Thanks, man.
Literally, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for these guys. Basically, he said he was a cripple. I'm already partially crippled. I brought a whole bunch of cripples to help out, but
misfits make the world go round, man.
If you're gonna come out, you should definitely come out, because these folks are gonna need help for a really, really long time.
Nice.
I don't really know what else to say.
Well, I'll tell you. So none of this would have been possible without the sponsors that he reached
Okay,
out to.
sure.
So this was all his doing, reaching out. And so who do you want to thank?
We want to thank a whole group of people. So we want to thank EcoFlow, Jackery, Opus, Hecron, and then Signature Solar. They sent us a ton of stuff. A whole bunch of portable power stations with solar panels, and then Signature Solar sent out a whole basically off-grid kit. Nice. So we can get a whole bunch of people some sort of electricity, and then like a distribution center, warehouse, you know, with lights and whatever they need.
Yeah.
Really. That's about
So
it. So we want to give all those companies a huge shout out. And we actually have a couple more coming that I'll have to send to you guys.
Nice.
So one's going to be in all powers, and maybe another EcoFlow or two. I'm not sure.
Perfect. We'll take them. We'll
find
take
out
them.
when I get back.
We'll find somebody to use them.
Yeah.
So guys, as always, this video's monetization is going to be donated as well. So make sure you share it around the world. Try to get as much people to see it as possible. Thanks for watching. Babe, do you want to sign us out?
Be sure to give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you watched this video until the end. Also, drop us a comment. Let us know your thoughts. And be sure to subscribe to the channel for more adventures from Down South Adventures.
Oh,
and Average Joe.
And subscribe to Average Joe.
Subscribe to Average Joe.
Because he's anything but average. I saw him in the bathroom earlier. I didn't want to talk about it.
Thanks so much for watching, guys.
See you guys.
Bye.